In the history of the Academy Awards, there are only 4 actresses in 87 years who have been nominated at least 5 times, yet never won an award. We have already spoken of Deborah Kerr and readily righted the wrong that was done to this excellent film actress.
Years from now, when you talk about this, and you will, be kind.
Then there was the great character actress Thelma Ritter, who deserved many more nominations than the 6 that she received and was awarded not one. Justice will better serve Thelma Ritter one day as we file her away for future consideration at DeOscarize.com. Glenn Close has been close 6 times as well, without receiving the proverbial cigar. However, Ms. Close is alive and kicking and no doubt will have ample opportunity to receive an award from the Academy that has long been overdue.
Outwardly, she seemed to belong to that narrow, benighted little community, but in her heart, she longed to be called Baby.
Someone not so fortunate is Irene Dunne, who received only 5 nominations in her lifetime, which ended in the 1990s. She should have received at least 10 nominations that I could count. Okay, maybe 8. But to have received no award at all, when considering the quantity and the quality of some brilliant screen performances that she provided, well, that is just further testament as to how wrong people can be. The people in this case being the acting members of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. Why didn't Irene Dunne win any awards? My contention is that comedies weren't lofty enough for film actors who were intimidated and made to feel inferior by the onslaught of Broadway actors arriving in Hollywood daily since the dawn of the talkies in 1930.
Lucy, you lucky girl. No more running around the night spots. No more prowling around in New York shops. I should think of you every time a new show opens and say to myself, she's well out of it.
New York's all right for a visit, but I wouldn't want to live here.
Allow me to point out that The Awful Truth is the film that allowed Cary Grant to find his voice and his comedy style, giving performances that got snubbed by the Academy all too often. All too often. One day we're going to find justice for Cary Grant, too.
You do not look like a scientific person for teaching of school. How old shall you be?
I am 150 years old, Your Majesty. What a thing for me to do. And I said so positively. Oh, Louis, you will have to forgive your mother. I said we'd have a home of our own, and here I brought you straight into a harem.
What does that mean, Mother?
And are you telling me Olivia de Havilland deserved an award in 1946 for that trite "to each his own," while Irene Dunne is denied an award for her wonderful performance in Anna and The King of Siam? I don't think so. The book For the King and I was based on the screenplay for this film, and Irene Dunne's performance is a template for those who played Anna in the musical. For shame, members of the Academy. However, we did DeOscarize Olivia de Havilland to make Jane Wyman the new Best Actress of 1946 for her performance in The Yearling, a great performance and a complete departure from anything that Jane Wyman had done before. Much better than her own award-winning performance, really, in Johnny Belinda, whose standards of communicating with the deaf were laughably outdated. And that brings us to 1948, when Irene Dunne was again nominated for her wonderful, warm characterization of Martha Hanson in I Remember Mama.
For as long as I could remember, the house on the Larkin Street hill had been home. But first and foremost, I remember Mama.
Come to DeOscarize.com to affirm or appeal my decision to DeOscarize Jane Wyman for Johnny Belinda and make Irene Dunne the new Best Actress 1948 for her wonderful, warm characterization in I Remember Mama, and in recognition of her great film performances that the Academy denied or snubbed unfairly. Gosh, it feels good to do justice to a great film artist like Irene Dunne. I'm not a fan of her politics, and she sure did not do the world any favors by being one of the influential voices that talked Ronald Reagan into getting into the game. I do not hold an artist's politics against him, or his private life for that matter. Who cares? Produce great films and great film performances. That's all that matters to me. And that's what counts at DeOscarize.com. Hope you'll come on over to share your thoughts. You're always welcome.
Hey, you remind me of a man.
What man?
The man with the power.
What power?
The power of hoodoo.
Hoodoo?
You do.
Do what?
Remind me of a man.
Remind you? Oh.